Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our September mid-monthlies. This will be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And as always, just keep an open mind. Take the messages that resonate with you as they resonate with you. I just read the energies. Be sure to watch all your signs. The special is still running, only for the rest of September. Nine of Swords. What are you anxious about, Virgo? And then it will be done. And I'm using the Tarot of the Dream Enchantress for the main spread, and I'm using the Secret Tarot, the mini version, for clarifying, because I think they go well together. Ooh. Okay, the World, the Nine of Swords, Six of Cups. What? Something coming back around gives you anxiety. I mean, you're going to hear that a lot because it's Mercury retrograde, right, coming up at the end of the month. But remember, you're in charge, Virgo. We're all in charge. We make the decisions. So let's see. What's going on for Six of Pentacles? Yeah. What's going on for Virgo for the rest of September 2021? For Virgo for the rest of September 2021. Okay, what do we got? Two of Swords, sure. Three of Wands, Nine of Cups crowning you, King of Wands in the foundation, the Sun in the past, the Knight of Pentacles in the near future, Four of Swords in how you see yourself, Ace of Cups in the environment, Three of Cups in hopes and fears. Yeah, there's that reconciliation. And the Two of Pentacles in the outcome. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles can talk about being cautious. It can talk about being closed off, at least emotionally. It can talk about saving up, saving money, putting things aside, for a rainy day type thing. It can also talk about struggling to release something. It's either struggling to open up or struggling to release something, okay? And I feel like this is what you've been dealing with. This is the energy you've been in because you have the Two of Swords as your first card, your current situation. And with the Two of Swords, this is, you've been stuck, Virgo. You've been stuck. You have been stagnant. You've been stuck because of overanalyzing, or and you're talking yourself out of stuff, or you've been stuck by choice, right, with the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. You've kept been saying that. We have the Hangman as well. So you've kept yourself stuck because you were unable or unwilling to release something that you thought was good, that you thought was great for you. Listen, no judgment. We've all been there. We've all been there. It's not easy to let it go, okay? Don't get me wrong. I know. The challenge, moving on. Three of Wands. The challenge is you haven't been able to move on. Why? Because you didn't want anything new. Consciously or subconsciously, you didn't want change. You wanted what you had in the past. The Sun card. You had something that you viewed as your true happiness, your true fulfillment, whether it was involving a person, a job, a place, whatever. And for whatever reason, that got stuck. It was at an impasse. Someone maybe took off, the opportunity went away, something was put on hold and then just kind of left there. And you really didn't want to have to move on from that. In the foundation, the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. So this could be around, and we also have Leo energy in the Sun. This could be around a fire sign energy, whether that's their Sun, their Moon, their Rising. That's what you were stuck on. That's what you were refusing to let go of. Again, consciously or subconsciously. If this is not a person, it's your own business or a particular job where you were in charge, you were the leader, people looked up to you, or that's what you were aiming for, and you thought a particular opportunity would take you to that, and whatever happened, the opportunity kind of went away. Something that gave you a sense of standing out, being the leader, inspiring people. People coming to you for support, people coming to you for, solutions to their problems, whatever it was, if it wasn't an actual person that you were attached to. Crowning you, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is in terms of how you view things. This is also communication. There's some form of communication coming in where it's what you want. It's what you were holding out for. So again, I do get the energy of reconciliation here. In the near future, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you're like, okay, this is great, this is awesome. We can pick up where we left off. Let's come up with a plan. Let's come up with a strategy. Let's talk numbers, right? Let's talk schedules. You're like, okay, let's get this going. We can build on it now. We can develop it now. It will need a lot of time because the Knight of Pentacles moves very slowly. But there's also the energy of cautiousness. Cautiousness? Cautious? I think that's the word. Sorry, guys. I've just had half a coffee today. Caution? Caution. Because you have Four of Pentacles. You're like, okay, so I think we have that foundation already. We've done the initial work before whatever this was went away. So let's pick up where we left off, right? Let's develop that. But it'll take time. In your position, how you see yourself, we have the Four of Swords. So again, another energy telling me that you have been keeping yourself stuck, whether again consciously or subconsciously, because I feel like for the most of you, you weren't even aware you were doing this. You were just struggling to move on. You couldn't even figure out why things weren't coming together, why nothing new was happening, why you couldn't meet anyone new, why you couldn't get any new opportunities. Everything just felt stuck, and you were like, but I'm doing what I can. But actually, subconsciously, you were sabotaging yourself. And so this is you thinking, okay, it's time to get back out there. It's time to get back on the horse, or the bug, in this case, and keep going. Because the Four of Swords is a card of temporary pause, right? We've gone through something, and that's where you got stuck. Look. Once you got to a level where you felt confident about it and you felt like, okay, we've got a solid foundation to work with here, it got stuck. And that's where you got stuck, at that stage. Does that make sense? And now you're like, okay, it's time to move on to the next numbers, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way through the King. In your environment, the Ace of Cups. An offer that makes you so very happy. It can be an offer to reconcile. It can be an offer to start over, start fresh. It can be, if it's a job situation, if it's a home situation, it's something that makes you completely happy. It makes your heart sing. Hopes and fears, Three of Cups. Again, we have reconciliation energy, so hoping things go better this time, as it were, right? Hoping you can progress from where you left off. The fear is that it's transitory. The fear is, what if it'll be okay for a little while and then it goes away again, or I don't want to go backwards, right? Because you don't want to go from the 4 to the 3. You want to keep going after the 4. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to get my hopes up again for nothing. In the outcome, we have the Two of Pentacles. I see the Two of Pentacles here as I'm assessing things as I go. So I'm taking one step, I'm taking one action, I'm having one conversation, and then I'm taking it in. What did that get me? Do I like how that went? Do I feel like I'm heard? Do I feel like I'm respected? Also trying to figure out, do I still want this? Does it still make me happy? Because you're not so sure anymore. Whether it's the fact that you don't trust yourself with the situation anymore, because you kind of just, it runs away from you because you're so like in love with it, whatever the type of situation is. But you're trying to be practical, you're trying to be realistic, and you're trying to make healthy choices where it's not just you getting swept away. It's, no, I want to think about this as well. How I feel about it is one side of it, but I also want to think about it and weigh my options, do my pros and cons, so that when we do take a step forward, I know that it's solid. It's not something that will go back. It's not something that will get stuck. It's something that you put another brick in the wall and it stays there, right? And then when you put the next brick on, you put it on top of this one, but you build and it's solid. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do some clarifying. Okay, Virgo, what is going on? Page of Wands, so that's that communication. The Three of Swords, the Page of Wands is the Nine of Cups clarified. The Three of Swords is clarifying the Two of Swords, as they're explaining it to me. So what's coming in is communication. It's a message, probably online, and it just makes you so happy. Why? Because you've been stuck and heartbroken currently, right? Three of Wands as the challenge, the Chariot. Moving on, moving forward, taking charge of a situation, pushing something forward. You weren't sure what you wanted to push forward. And that's why you've been struggling to push anything forward, because you weren't sure, you were stuck. Also, we have Cancer energy, things moving quickly, things coming out of the blue. The King of Wands in the foundation, we have the Two of Wands. I feel like this is, for some of you, this person, sorry, my chair, has been watching you from afar. They had separated themselves from you, they had distanced themselves from you, maybe they moved away, but they were always checking up on you online, most likely. Kind of keeping tabs. If it's in a job sense, this is where, again, that business partner or that person that was supposed to be hiring you or whatever the case may be, they never really let go of your resume. They never really let go of the thought that actually Virgo would be great for that. For whatever reason, it didn't work out, but Virgo would still be great for that. You know what I mean? So they never really left, is how I'm seeing this. What's that Sun card in the past? Whether it is that was your true wish fulfillment, you were so happy when you got the offer, when you got the conversation, the proposal, the whatever. But it could also be some sort of narcissistic energy where someone chose themselves over you in your situation. Or clarity, something was revealed, and as a result, everything got stuck. What's that Sun card in the past? Six of Cups. Yeah, there is the feeling of Two of Cups. This was the beginning of something beautiful. Maybe you were talking about having children together. Maybe you had children together. You have children together. But this was, you're like, oh my God, this is the one, with the Sun card there and the Two of Cups. This is the one for me. Whether it's the person, the job, the career, the place to live, whatever. This is the one. And you were. Why the Three of Swords and the Two of Swords? What happened there? What happened with that? The Three of Cups. Either too many people involved, not necessarily cheating, but just too many people involved, third parties. That could be someone's friends, someone's family. Someone wasn't ready to commit with the Three of Cups, and they just revealed that to you out of the blue. After they proposed to you, maybe, right? Jesus. Or things got too deep too fast for this person, and they got spooked. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, and the Five of Pentacles, they bolted. They took off. They kind of left you high and dry. Or they chose someone else. Yeah. But like I say, they made a choice and they walked away. But they never really left. They never really let go of you, just as much as you held on to them, whether you wanted to or not. What is this Knight of Pentacles in the near future? The World, yeah, coming back around energy, traveling to see you, traveling to talk to you. This is also, they could be giving you gifts, bringing you flowers, or just complimenting you like, oh my god. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Could be your energy if you have water in your chart. This could be this water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, coming in and doing this. But this is like admiration. This is, and the Knight of Swords. They come in, I feel like they want to speak their mind. We also have the Knight of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So there might be a little bit of a clash in terms of how fast they want things to go versus how fast you want things to go. Because again, I get this feeling of sweeping away, being swept away, things happening very fast before you even have time to figure it out. And maybe this is what happened in the past, whereas now you're like, no, we're not doing that. Thanks for the compliments, thanks for the gifts, thanks for the flowers, this is amazing. Maybe a little bit of a love bombing going on there, where they just throw everything at you but the kitchen sink. And you're like, okay, thanks, that's great, and I appreciate it. However, we still need to have some conversations. We still need to get to the bottom of things. I'm not talking about hashing everything out. That's not what this is. But we need to figure out exactly where we stand in order to figure out how we want to proceed and make sure we're seeing things the same way, we're on the same page. I don't want to feel like I'm building something and then turns out you were focusing on something else. I thought we were both doing the same thing and you were out, right? You were focusing on something else, and before I know it, here I am feeling like, oh my god, this is so good, this is solid, this is, gonna stand the test of time. But actually, you were focused in more directions than just our partnership. And then you come up one day and you say, well, actually, I don't really want that. Or no, I don't want to go in that direction. And you're like, but I thought we were doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So with the Knight of Pentacles there, you're going, thank you, this is great, this is amazing, I appreciate it, it's beautiful, I like it too. Or yes, this is something I would like to proceed with, or whatever the situation is. But we need to get to the bottom of things. We need to talk numbers, we need to talk expectations, we need to talk a plan, a strategy, a contract, whatever it is, right? So that we make sure that we're on the same page. The Four of Swords and how you see yourself, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, this is a burden that you weren't able to release, or you weren't willing to release, because you felt like there was still something there. And this is also kind of, when you carry a torch for someone. The Ace of Cups in the environment, the Two of Swords. I feel like this is someone pouring their heart out to you. Again, we have water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Pouring their heart out to you. But with the Two of Swords, you're like, I don't... you're like... You're a little bit emotionally detached. Because with the Four of Pentacles, yeah, you're protecting your heart. You're closed off. So you're looking at them and you're like, I appreciate this, but how do I tell this person that's pouring out their heart to me? How do I tell them, okay, that's great. However, let's talk about the real stuff. You don't want to belittle. You don't want to dismiss. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But with the Two of Swords, I feel like what you will say is, if this isn't a romantic situation, I feel like you will say, that's beautiful, thank you, but love is not enough. We've tried that. It doesn't work. Love is not enough. Just putting our hearts into it and hoping for the best is not enough. We need to have a plan. We need to have an agreement. We need to have some real talk, right? Because again, I feel this energy of someone who really wants this, and they're just throwing everything at you, and they're just saying everything and exposing themselves and making themselves vulnerable and putting themselves out there and telling you we'll give you whatever you're asking for, whatever, right? And you're saying, thank you, that's great, and I appreciate it. The tone needs to be different. I need to see it in writing, or like I say, we need to have some real talk and ask some tough questions, because love is not enough. Going on faith is not enough. Hoping for the best is not enough. I want to make sure it lasts. 3 of Cups in hopes and fears. Ace of Wands. So for some of you, yeah, you're hoping for the best type thing, and hoping you can revive this with the Ace of Wands, give it new life, and also make sure that it's different, as in the past is not going to repeat itself. The fear is, I hope this isn't transitory, and I hope this isn't just a physical thing, and I hope this isn't impulsive, as in, you know, because it's Wands and Cups. It's like impulse, going on how you feel in the moment, going on, oh, let's do something exciting, right? It's not really thought out. There's no swords in the mix. There's no pentacles in the mix. So the fear is, I fear that this person has not thought things through. I fear that they're just going on faith and hoping for the best. But when it comes down to it, again, the real talk, when it comes down to it, they're going to bolt again, because they'll feel overwhelmed again when it gets real, right? What's this 2 of Pentacles in the outcome? The Page of Swords. Holding back, being observant. The Knight of Pentacles again. And the Knight of Wands. I think we have all the Knights on the board except the Knight of Cups. And the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah. There's going to be an honest conversation, or several honest conversations, about how fast things are going to be moving. With the 2 of Pentacles, I feel like you will give this a chance. But like I say, you'll keep a close eye on it. If this person sticks to the plan, or if they try to push it forward, or if they try to skip steps. I feel like you're going to be holding back until such a time where you feel comfortable to open up your heart to this. I don't see that in the near future. I don't see you just jumping in blindly, because you've learned from the past. You have. This could also be, yeah, like I say, conversations, coming back to the plan, a lot of conversations about real life stuff, okay? Yes, it's great that we love each other, but what are we going to do when the bills start piling up? What are we going to do? You know, where are we going to live? How are we going to do things? What about our finances? Like that kind of conversation, you know. And with the Knight of Wands, there could be some traveling, some going back and forth to see each other. There could be like going on some fun dates together, trying some new experiences together. Could be the, you know, passionate days or nights, whatever. But again, there's no cups. So you're like, I'm giving this a shot, but I'm keeping my eye on it. My eye on it is what that was. And if I see, it's not just I feel, if I see things going in the right direction, if I see that they're sticking to the plan, if I see that they keep their word, I'll open up little by little, emotionally, right? Until then, we can take it as it goes and figure things out, but I'm not going to fully invest in this until I feel like it's safe to do so. And for others of you, this is if it's work and someone kind of passed you over for a job or a promotion or to team up with you in a business partnership or whatever, because there were too many people involved or too many people had an opinion on it or whatever the case may be, or it just got stuck, it got put on hold for whatever reason. That's coming back for you because you're still the best candidate for it. You're still the best person for it. They still want you for it. It could have been a situation where someone was overruled. So let's say your boss, your manager wanted to offer you that, but then their boss was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not hiring anyone new at this time. We're not making people permanent at this time. Something along those lines, right? It's coming back around. And it could be, you know, the conversation, they're telling you that it's coming back around. And then you're like, okay, I'll stay calm. This would be great, but I'll stay calm until I see it on paper. I'm not going to get overly excited, and I'm not going to kill myself doing overtime so that they see that I'm worthy or whatever, you know what I mean? Until I see it down on paper and we both sign and then it's done, that's when I can go full speed ahead. But this is pretty good. I mean, I like the 2 of Pentacles in the outcome when we have the 4 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Because that tells me that you're going to try it. You're not going to say no from the get-go. You're not going to close yourself off and stay closed off anymore. You're like, okay, I'm going to try this and be observant and be rational and be fair. But I'm going to give it a chance and see how it goes. And I'll make my decisions accordingly, right? And that's a really healthy way to do it and a really smart way to do it, Virgo. Okay? So let me know what this is for you. Let me know how it makes sense, if it does, how it applies, where it applies. Be sure to watch all your other signs. Have a great rest of the month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.